Greetings, YouTube. It is late. It is past midnight on the Central Standard Time Zone. And this is not new news. This has been out for several hours, though maybe this is the first time that you're learning about this. I got to my line messages finally after a long day of work today, and I want to give a special shout out to every summoner who sent this my way, including those of you who discussed this on my live stream tonight. So here's the deal. About 24 hours ago, we covered on the channel a little bit of a fingers crossed type scenario where Kabam had said, we're taking away the 20% boost to gold that usually runs for like a week, but we're replacing it with something else. Now, summoners were right to point out that we've heard things like that before, and that ended up being a paywall for something like the summer camp event. So the fear was that there was going to be some kind of gold boost, but it was going to be behind a paywall. Well, if that is your fear, I am here to reassure you that that is absolutely not what happened. And in many ways, this is a pro player move. I just have one reservation that I want to talk about that I'm not saying is like a super huge deal, but I still think it's worth acknowledging and thinking about. So, keep in mind that this is going to take place, or take the place, I should say, of the normal gold boost that happens like once during the summer and another time during the end of the year, typically. Summoners, as of December 10th, we will be permanently increasing the amount of gold in all gold and arena crystals by approximately 30%, which may not sound like a lot, but over the course of all the crystals and arenas, etc., it is a huge deal. This means a boost to the gold found in golden crystals, greater golden crystals, uncollected golden crystals, pools gold crystals, no full in pools gold crystals, and arena crystals. Now, I hope that this list reminds you that there is no Cavalier Golden Crystal and there is no Thronebreaker Golden Crystal. And I think Kabam hasn't wanted to put those in the game because they don't want players to get more gold than they, want them to have. I do think it's time we get at least a Cavalier Golden Crystal to match the Cavalier Event Quest difficulty, though that Cavalier Event Quest difficulty often also feels like Thronebreaker difficulty without Thronebreaker level rewards. I don't know on paper how there could be anything bad about this. This is just more gold when the game desperately needs to produce more gold because they took away so many people's gold in October and then gave a pathetic amount, same amount of gold for the store-based, cash-based offers for everybody, regardless of whether or not you were level 5 or level 60, whether or not you were, beginner to the game, or whether or not you were Thronebreaker. And of course, we know that 5 stars, but especially 6 stars, take so much gold to rank up, even if you bought the rank up gems. So, uncollected arena crystals, Thronebreaker arena crystals, cool, but I still think we need a Cavalier and Thronebreaker, eventually golden crystals. That just is what the progression calls for. We're making this change instead of bringing back the gold boost because we want to encourage players to stop hoarding their crystals. We know Kabam Mike can sleep better at night if you don't hoard your crystals. Throughout the year, waiting for these boosts and open their crystals whenever they need them. This means that the gold boost will not be coming back. Now, that's not a big deal. In fact, the gold boost was 20% and this is 30%. Yes, that is a better improvement of an extra 10%, which is awesome. But there is, again, a bit of caution for this that we'll touch on after we finish this message. We also know that this means that some other crystals that contain gold and selling ISO does not get you a boost anymore. But we hope to make up for it with a larger boost to the gold amounts than what you would expect from the boost, 30% instead of 20% from the boost. We also want to establish that gold crystals should be a better option for gold than selling resources that you might need later, like ISO 8. That's just a stupid point because ISO 8 now is so easily overflowed into your inventory that if you don't sell it, it disappears. So I don't sell ISO because I don't need it. I sell it because it's going to disappear if I don't, The changes to the crystals will take effect on December 10th around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but please wait for confirmation in your in-game messages before opening your crystals. So, Basically, I have to say this, and this is a big deal. To me, the gold boost didn't matter because I already have 300 plus million gold. The reason why the gold boost mattered was because we also got a boost in battle chips at the same time. I worry that Kabam is taking away this battle chip boost by essentially taking away the gold boost. So they're hiding something. Might just be me being paranoid, but this company has done so many shady things behind the scenes in a effort to convince you it's a good idea. And I still think the most annoying part of this was the change of the featured crystals from a 20 to 25% chance to get a featured champion for free right away when you hoarded your crystal shards, which we did for at least a couple of years in the community, to a 4.2% chance where it often takes several months after that champion has been released to even try to go for them, because they want you to spend cash to go for them, and either selling your soul in the arena or especially buying crazy terrible odds with featured Grandmaster and featured Cavalier crystals. So I will be excited about this, and I will be completely on board with this if we still can see a bump to battle chips every once in a while like we would normally. Because if you take away the gold boost and you also take away the battle chip boost, I'm not cool with that. And part of me thinks the reason why they want to take away the battle chip boost is because the more battle chips you get, not only the more gold you get, but also the more units you get. And Kabam, doesn't want to give you more units than they have to. That's why when we get compensation, we almost never get units, even though it makes perfect sense to give out unit-based compensation, to use the units on what you need instead of getting, say, X amount of potions or revives that often go into your overflow and then expire very quickly. So I want to be excited about this. I think I'm more excited about it than not, but I hope that we still see the other boosts come back and that this isn't a replacement for all the other things, because that would still be an L in some ways in the community. And I think it's important to think about that, because when Kabam wants you to just be excited about something no matter what, sometimes that means you lose objectivity about what you're giving up that maybe they don't want you to talk about. And that is why my channel exists, to cover all sides of an argument. I do think there are far more pros than cons. I will say that again. This is still a much better change, like a million times better change than the fear of a paywall. This is not that at all. And that is a huge win, especially for free-to-play players who I know feel more and more like they can't exist in the game. I want to remind you that you definitely can. You just need to ignore things like Cyber Weekend, where you feel like you can't compete, because all in all, you can still clear any content with rank 5, 65 5 stars, and 5 stars as the game progresses continue to get cheaper to rank up, put 6 stones into, etc. And that's going to mean it's going to be easier for players to advance, especially to become both Uncollected and Cavalier faster. And I think that's a huge win for the community in general. Let me know what you think in the comments below with this permanent boost change. Thanks for watching.